Hello guys, welcome back to Alpha Sports where we give you quality content. It's still the World Cup and we still have a lot of match to review, and today we're bringing you the match recap for today's World Cup matches. And the first match, which was between Portugal and Uzbekistan, England, Ghana, Algeria versus Jordan, and also Croatia versus Panama. What a wonderful game of football. Before we dive into the analysis, I want you guys to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so we can continue to give you quality content, and that's going to be our motivation. Thank you so much, guys. Now, let us dive into the analysis. The first match was between Orgis and Jordan. And what a wonderful game of football. First, I thought Jordan did took the initiative and they scored their first goal, and they led for a couple of minutes. It was a surprise for me because I felt Algeria should take much of the possession and also take the initiative to win their game. Looking at their last game, they lost against France, so I felt like it was a match for them to stamp their foot in the tournament, and they were almost behind. They were behind for a couple of minutes. They were behind for most of the minutes in the match until Talisman Mares did created a chance, and which led to them scoring their equalizing goal, and then they were able to get the second goal of the match, which they were able to win, and now they have 3 points on board. And it was a great match to watch. Algeria was all over in the game, but however, Jordan did show that they have what it takes to compete with them. And Algeria won the game 2-1, which was good for them. And now they have 3 points, like I said. And to move to the next match, which is the great match of the great man, Ronaldo, Portugal versus Uzbekistan. And that match was actually interesting because I was expecting Ronaldo to turn up. I did predicted before the game that Ronaldo should score an hat-trick and Portugal should win 5-0. Unfortunately, he couldn't score the hat-trick. I wish he scored the hat-trick. However, Portugal won, which is the most important thing for the team, and they won the game 5-0. And now that's a proper way to start their campaign after the old noise that was surrounding Ronaldo and the team entirely. I think this is a morale boost for them to know that if they work together as a team, they can actually achieve a lot in this tournament. And I do hope that Ronaldo gets all the flower he deserves because he's been criticized, he's been talked down, his efforts is being looked down upon. None of them has actually played at that level Ronaldo is playing. And when you can't do that, those things, you have to give this man his flowers, and that's what I don't see people doing. They always create the initiative of the Ronaldo wants to do what Messi is doing. Ronaldo is just wants to do what he wants to do. Until people understand that Ronaldo wants to do what he wants to do, they will stop that narrative. And thank God they won that game because it's gonna give them a good boost into the next phase. I believe Portugal should qualify from that group because now they have 4 points in that group already. We'll be seeing the other team play by 3 a.m. So, and that's gonna be between Colombia and DR Congo. I believe Colombia should win that game, or probably I believe Colombia should win that game. However, I'm not going to tell you my prediction, but I believe they should win that game, and that's what's going to push them to 6 points, which Portugal might actually need to beat them in the last game so that they can top the group. And to the last game, I'm going to be talking about that's England versus Ghana. This match actually mean a lot to me. This match in particular, because of the team England is playing. I expected England to just do just one thing. Just one thing was for them to beat Ghana. Beat Ghana, beat them square and fair. And let's move to the next phase. But unfortunately today, I believe England played well. Ghana actually packed the bus. They were effective in their defense, and I believe they were able to hold England down to in 0-0. They were able to hold England down to a draw, which actually helped their cause to qualify. I believe England and Ghana will qualify from that group either way. But the whole dynamics actually changed with Croatia winning 3-0. So if Croatia could win their second match, they will get 6 points. So now Ghana need to beat or get a draw or get a point in the next game against Croatia. So for me, uh, that match has two things to do for me. There's two things that's quite important for me in that match: Ghana losing and England stamping their foot in the tournament. But unfortunately, those two things didn't happen in the game. And there's a talking point in that game, which is the penalty that wasn't awarded for Ghana. I saw a lot of people saying a lot of things about that penalty. My own point of view in that penalty is that that should have been a penalty. That should have been a penalty because it's a stonewall diving to the ball, and you didn't get the ball, you got the man, and that should be the penalty in my own view. How the VAR missed it, how the referee missed it, I don't know. But I felt like Ghanaians will go home and feeling like they were robbed the chance of actually automatically qualifying into the knockout phase. So that's my honest review about it. I know a lot of you have your own review. You can also comment in the section what you feel like about that penalty. But for me, I think it's a penalty. It's a stonewall penalty. You can't just dive in that way. Consa, you can't just do that and expect not to be a penalty. But since the referee missed it, a lot of people have been saying that there has been bias towards African team in the tournament. A lot of things are there, there are conspiracies. But that for me, I'm going to talk about as a football fan, was a penalty, and that could have actually changed the game for England themselves if that has been awarded. Maybe that could have sparked a comeback or something. But I think it's a penalty, fair and square. And to the last game of before the morning, because there's still going to be a game, and to the last game, which is Croatia versus Panama. I felt like group this England group is a group of Aram. You know what I mean by Aram football? Boss, the park boss. Too much of parking of boss. I think the only game we enjoyed was the one against Croatia. Apart from that, the other two games, the other three games they've played has not been as interesting as other groups. You know, it's. I think their group should have the lowest amount of goals scored in the tournament. If I'm correct, I'm not sure about that stat, but I feel that that should be the lowest group because today just one goal in two matches, and one of the other matches they didn't add any goal, and I think England won 4-1 or 3-1 in their first game against Croatia. So I think this group has the least amount of goals, and unfortunately for Croatia, they were able to win 1-0. The whole of the first half, there was nothing entirely. There was nothing. I believe there was nothing to even talk about in the first half, except those scraps that was almost not going to turn to a goal from Modric. The second half, the coach changed the player. The player was able to score a goal almost 10 minutes after he was brought into the game. Croatia stood on that. And the main talking point for me is to just give accolades to Modric. Modric today marks his 200 caps for his country. What a marvelous player he is. He has done a lot in football and he deserves that accolade. Imagine when it comes to Modric, see the team giving him what he deserves. When it comes to Messi, you see teams giving him what he deserves. When it comes to Ronaldo, then the narrative changes. You can't have those kind of quality players and not give them their accolades. It's just they deserved it, they worked for it. And that's what I want to see. And I'm going to leave you on that for today's video. So you guys can just comment what you think about the England penalty, and also if there's any other thing that you probably are not clear about, we can discuss that in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys. I want you guys to also like, share our videos, watch all our videos, like, share, subscribe to the channel, and let's grow together. I love you all and see you on to the next one. Thank you. Namaste.